come from outside sources. Some things we cannot control. That's why Peter says in 1 Peter 4 and verse 12, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing has happened to you. You ain't the first one got cheated on. Get over it. You ain't the first one had a flood in your house. Get over it. You ain't the first one got a child strung out on drugs. Get over it. You ain't the first one had a divorce. Get over it. You ain't the first one whose car they stole. Get over it. You ain't the first one who lost your job. Get over it. What's happening to you is not exclusive to you. It happens to all of us because we are caught in a sinful world. But there is an answer. His name is Jesus. And he's come by the pool tonight and saying to you, do you want to get fixed? And the answer he wants is, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. If there are two people in here that want to say yes, Lord, get upon your feet and bless God in here tonight. Say it. But not only does Peter say that, but Paul adds to it. In 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13, this is what Paul says. There hath no temptation taken on you, such as is common to every other person. Somebody say, but God. God is faithful.
Yes, he's faithful. Yes.
Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that which you are able, but with the temptation also make a way of escape, that he may be able. Come here, watch this, 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 watch this. Come here, pastor, 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 come here, pastor. The pastor represents the devil. Come here, my brother, come here, my brother, come here, my brother. This is a child of God right here. This is God between his child and the devil. The devil can't get here till he comes through God, because I gotta get permission. So he said, I want to take this to him. And God said, let me feel it. He said, take some more. He can't handle all of that. He said, let me feel it. He said, it's too light. He said, add a little more. He said, he can't handle it. God will not let the devil bring anything to you unless you can handle it. I'm so glad that it was me whose tire got punched out on the way to Alabama, but I didn't get in a wreck because God knew I could handle it. And I wish somebody would bless God in the head today. But God is able to give you strength to conquer. But most of us refuse to receive their strength because we are stuck on our history. Jesus says to the man, do you want to be made whole? The Greek word that Jesus used is this word hagios. Hagios means, do you want to be made complete through the revelation of truth? See, Jesus didn't say, do you want your paralysis to be cured? Because he can cure your paralysis and you still have a money problem. Jesus didn't say, do you want your money issue to be taken care of? Because he can give you money, but you can't sleep at night. Jesus understood that what had this man here for 38 years had more to do than him being crippled. It was psychological, it was spiritual, and it was physical. And Jesus said, if I'm going to set you free, I'm not just going to set you half free, I'm going to set you completely free, because I came that they may have life and have it more abundantly. Somebody said more. So the word is hagios. Do you want to be made complete through the revelation of truth? That word hagios comes from a root word which means to grow up or to mature. And Jesus was saying to this man, are you ready to grow up? Or you want to stay here and be stuck on stupid? Because what you don't know is what the rest of the text says. The text says the reason this man was stuck by this pool for 38 years was because of a story he heard. The story said that an angel came by at a certain time and troubled the water, and anybody who got in first got healed. Turn to somebody and say, that's a myth. That's a lie. See, what happened was the Jews, because of their self-centeredness and their selfishness, had created this story and passed it around to keep people stuck by that pool without actually being healed and productive citizens. And so this lie was perpetrated, and the people believe it, and because of that, they were stuck down there. The last time I checked, the Bible says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever, he didn't say who's stronger or who's faster or who's the quickest, because the word said the game or the race is not to the swift, not to the strong, but him who endureth to the end. So how in the world can somebody believe that God will use a lottery to bless his children? That the first person that get in is going to get... One of my Bible commentators that I love, her name is Ellen White. She says more people die at that pool believing that lie, because when the wind blew and their water got shaken, everybody was stumbling, and it was just stomp the weak people leading authorities, just like the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the Jewish elite. That lie says, if you don't graduate from high school, and if you have 10 children, and you get on welfare, we will provide you a house. We will give you food stamps. You don't have to study. You don't have to get no education. You don't have to improve yourself. Matter of fact, the more children you have, the more stamps we'll give you. And we believe that lie and don't want to find it. I'm trying to help somebody. Because the ones that are always up is going to set up something to keep the ones that are always down. So they look like they're trying to help you. But what they're doing is trying to keep you stuck. And you're talking about, well, I can't get a job because I'm going to lose my stamps. I can't get a job because I'm going to lose my resources. I stop by to tell you, I'm not putting anybody down that's on food stamps. When I was in college, my wife and I were on food stamps. A food stamp is to help you to get to the next level. Food stamp. I wish somebody would hear that. Turn to somebody and say there's a myth.
Preach, preacher.
And many of us have bought into that lie. And we are stuck. And it has become generational. My grandmama was on stamps. And we live in the Desire Project. My mama was on stamps. She grew up in the Desire Project. I'm going to get a little stamp because I would have grew up in the Desire Project. Because my grandmama grew up there. My mama grew up there. And I grew up there. Turn somebody and say the devil is a lie. Because you can get out. You can get out. You can get out. Jesus is saying to you tonight, get off of that pool and begin to know that I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Is there two people in here tonight that can say, Jesus, I want to answer the question, do you want to be healed? Yes, I do. Say, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do, Lord. Yes.
It was a myth, my friends.
Yes.
And that man believed that myth. And for 38 years, he was stuck. And every year he got worse and worse and worse until Jesus came by. Well, what is the antidote for blemovirus? Well, the first John says in John 8:32, and ye shall what?
Know the truth. You shall know the truth. And
the truth shall make you free. I told you we're climbing higher and higher. We're ending our first week tonight. But next Wednesday, we're going to kick off. And I'm going to show you some truths that hopefully you will realize that you don't want to be stuck anymore. The first truth I'm going to give you is I'm going to grant you access to the truth about death.
Watch out now, preacher. Watch out, preacher.
You don't want to miss that.
Watch out, preacher.
Wednesday, the message is entitled Access Granted to the Truth About Death. What really happens when people die? We're going to be talking about that tonight. Because whether you believe it or not, you're going to die. And I'm going to die. I hate to be the one to bring you the bad news. Turn to your neighbor and say, you're going to die. We are going to die. And so it's good to know the truth about death. Because there's a whole lot of lies that are going on in here. Jesus said you will know the truth. And the truth shall make you free. I heard somebody say set you free. That's not what it says. It said make you free. Now let me give you the difference. To make you free means you are in this box. There's a door. Come here, my sister. I got to use something. This sister is the door. You can't get out. against your will. That's why people are going to go to hell and people are going to go to heaven. If God could change people against their will, we won't need no church. We will all be doing what God wants us to do. But God has given us something called choice. But because of ignorance,